Hey everyone, welcome to my Christmas in July auction. This month, instead of doing 5 items, we're going to do 10. That is my Christmas present in July to you guys. Twice the fun, twice the amount of items. Let me just cover all the rules real quick so that we can get into the auction. It's a buy it now auction, which means I will put out a buy it now price. If you want the item for that price, you can have it. In order to bid, you simply put your comment down, put your bid down in the comments, the number of the item and what your bid is. If you are buying it now, put BIN and then the buy it now price. If you don't want it for that price, I will put a starting bid. That starting bid will come with the increments as well. So if it's $25 for a starting bid with $1 increments, you can bid 25, 26, 27, whatever. If the high bid is 30 and you want to bid, the minimum bid after that would be 31. So yeah, all you got to do to bid is put it down in the comments. Now this is open to US and Canada, and I am taking care of the shipping. If you have any questions or comments, you can email me at stupluback@msn.com. That'll be down in the description as well. Same rules that I've done for every auction, and like I said, we've got 10 items. Like I said, I'm paying for shipping, and as far as payment goes, I accept PayPal, I accept what do I have? Cash App. You can always send me a check or a money order. We'll figure out that later. We got all kinds of ways to do it. If you do bid, especially if you buy it now, once I acknowledge that and get, once I acknowledge you are the winner, you can pay right away. A lot of times when people do buy it now, they will have the item in their hand before the auction is over. Speaking of the auction ending, it starts today, right now, and it goes until Monday night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. So roughly Monday night at midnight. Not Eastern, Central Standard Time. I'm in Central Standard Time right now. See what happens when you travel the country, you forget where you are. Central Standard Time, Monday at midnight. That way on Tuesday I can determine who the winners are and get everything out in the mail. All right. This week, like I said, I do take care of shipping, but this week I've got a special bonus as well. I found a bunch of crisp $1 bills, and they were all in order. There was nothing special about the serial number. So I stamped them all and logged them at Where's George. So all of the buy it now prices are going to be $1 higher because you're going to get one of these. And I will make sure to include that in there as well. All right, that's enough dilly-dallying. Let's get to this. Item number 1. Make sure I got my notes so I can see what's going on. Item number 1. Now, I wanted to make sure that I had groups of things for some people, individual stuff for some people, some lesser price stuff, some higher price stuff, some graded stuff. I got a little bit of everything, so there's something here for everyone. The first item number 1. It is a small group, and I'm starting off with a 1934D $5 silver certificate. Now, this particular note is in pretty good shape. I didn't see any creases or anything off the top. Looks like it may have been folded once, but I mean, I don't see a hard crease. It does show a little bit of circulation, so it's not perfect, but it's still pretty good. This alone, even in a 20, starts off at is about $15. But I'm going to include 2 other things with it. I'm going to include 2 1935G $1 notes. Now these are circulated, but the 2 1935D $1 silver certificates, one of them says "In God We Trust" and one of them does not. So you're going to get the with motto and without motto, and you're also going to get a $5 silver certificate that's in pretty good condition as well. This is lot number 1. The bid on this is going to start at $20 and $1 increments on this. And if you just want to buy it now, it's not that expensive. We're going to go $26, and remember that also includes the shipping price because I'm covering all the shipping. So $20 on the bid, $1 increments, and $26 on the buy it now. That is item number 1. Item number 2. Let's see. This one is from 1923, And it is a silver certificate, $1 silver certificate. This is a large size note. Once again, comparing it to the small size notes here, you can see how much bigger it actually is. Now, this one is in really good shape with one exception. Let's see if I can get it to do it. It does have a bunch of pinholes. You can see pinholes here and pinholes here. Now, when I say pinholes, actually what this is considered is not pinholes, it's called foxing. Now, this may sound gross, but this is what foxing is. Foxing is when you have a note where insects have chewed holes through them. That's what foxing is. Now, at a glance, beautiful note. There's a little bit of rust right there. The note itself is still bright. The note is very crisp. But like I said, when you look real close, you can see there's a bunch of those foxing holes. And like I said, that's the official term. Many of them. I'm just looking up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, there's like 20, 25 of those foxing holes in there. So just be aware that those are there. Still a very beautiful looking note with great eye appeal. Just has that little defect there. Without the foxing, this note is probably in the 75 to 90 range. And we're going to start the bid on this at just 50 bucks. $50 on the starting bid. And if you want to buy it now, we're going to say $66. $66 on the $1 1923 silver certificate with the foxing. Like I said, that's on there like that. Other than that, it's a really nice note, so it's kind of a shame. But I saw it and I thought, you know, for someone who doesn't want to spend a lot on a note and still have one with great eye appeal, here you go. All right, so that one is number 2. Number 3, I have a fractional currency starter set. That's what I've got. Let's see. In this group, I have a $3 fractional. Yeah, it is kind of rough, but we'll get to that. $3 fractional front and back. You can see right there. $3. Let's try that again. It is the 3-cent fractional. It is the lowest denomination fractional that they made. Then I have a first series 5-cent fractional, which of course looks like a postage stamp with the 5 cent on either side. That's Jefferson there. There's the 5 cent on the back. I have the 10-cent version. The 10-cent fractional here, this one does have, looks like a tape mark here. Yeah, it looks like a tape mark on the back there as well. That is the 10-cent version. Then I have the unique note, the 15-cent fractional. The 15-cent fractional, we've never made a 15-cent coin, so it is very interesting to find a 15-cent fractional. And then I've got a 50-cent fractional. Now, once again, all of these are showing bits and pieces of damage. What I did was I looked up all of these notes in grade 8, okay? That's the 50 center, that's the 15 cent, the 10 cent, the 5 cent, and the 3 cent. In a grade 8, and you know how rough grade 8 is, all of these notes together book out at $160 in a grade 8, okay? I'm not asking that much for these. The starting bid on this entire group of notes is going to be $55. $55 gets you the entire group. You get the rare notes, the 3-center, you get a first edition 5-center, first series 5-center, I should say. You get the 15-cent note, and you get the largest denomination they had, a 50-center. So the entire lot covers everything in there. It's a great starter set. Like I said, $160 is the VG price on these. Starting bid is $55. We're going to go with $1 increments. And if you want to buy them all, we're going to go 81 bucks, half price. $81, and the entire set is yours. That is item number 3. Item number 4. This is FR 2300. It is a $1 emergency currency, $1 Hawaii note. This one has seen some stuff. It's got a little bit of rust over here, and it's a little bit darker on this side, as you can see. The note overall, though, is pretty good. It is all there. It does have the Hawaii overprint, and of course, it has the brown seal, brown numbers, Hawaii overprint here. This was emergency currency from World War II. The money was produced and sent to Hawaii just in case Japan decided they wanted to invade and steal all the money. This way, with the swipe of a pen, Congress could say, no, this stuff is no longer valid. Luckily, Japan never invaded, so we never had to do that. They also did the same thing in the European theater with the North Africa notes, which have a yellow seal. Anyway, the $1 North Africa note from World War II, the $1 emergency currency Hawaii note from World War II. This particular note books out at about $65 in this condition. The starting bid on this is going to be $40. $40 on the starting bid, $1 increments, and if you'd like to buy it now, we are talking $61. $61 on the buy it now. That is item number 4, FR 2300, the $1 Hawaii note. Number 5. This is FR 1500, another $1 bill from way back. This, let me show you right here, is a series 1928 $1 red seal. Now, most of you don't realize that they actually did make red seal $1 bills. A lot of you are used to seeing $2 red seals and $5 red seals, and of course there's that $100 red seal. But they did make a $1 red seal, and this was issued and spent in Puerto Rico. This was to help Puerto Rico get money in circulation. It is a funny back. You can see the funny back design there, and it's called that because when you compare it to what we're used to seeing, imagine stacks and stacks and stacks of these, and then every once in a while you see this. Looks kind of funny. That's essentially how it got its name, as a funny back, because the fronts are very, very similar. But anyway, the red seal from Puerto Rico. Now, this particular one, you can see, has seen some stuff. This one probably grades in about an 8 to 10. That's on the case. That's not on the note. So, yeah, this one does have a little bit of coloring to it. You see how this note is crisp, and this note is a little dingier, a little darker. So, what does this one go for? This one in VG8 is 90, at a fine 12 is 150, and that's for the red seal. Generally speaking, these are a lot tougher to find, and the prices on these are going up because there aren't that many of them around. Starting bid on this is going to be $75. $75 starting bid on the $1 red seal. And if you choose to buy it now, the $1 red seal, we're going to go with $96. $96, and it is yours. That is the buy it now price. $75 with $1 increments, or $96, and you can take it home right away. That is number 5. Number 6. I got this one. I don't know if it's going to sell or not, but I got it, and I'm going to offer it to you guys, and we'll see what happens. It's not in the greatest of shape. It looks like it was in somebody's pants and got washed, because it does have this blue. This is a silver certificate, and you can see right here it is from 1935A. This $1 silver certificate, like I said, it does have what looks to be blue, as if somebody had this in their jeans and ended up washing the note. So yeah, it has seen some stuff, but this is not just a regular $1 silver certificate. Not only is it not a regular, it is a special note. What am I talking about? They did an experiment with the silver certificates regarding the coding on the bills, and they designated 1 million of the notes with the letter R, as in regular notes, and then they put a special coding on some notes and designated that with an S. And you can clearly see this is an S note. I don't have to tell you guys how tough it is to find these. They are very difficult. The ones that you do happen to see tend to be graded, really nice examples, and in really high price range. This one, number 6 on the auction, is FR1610. In VG8, this is a $100 note, according to the book. I'll let you guys decide. If you ignore the blue from the jeans, this note is in decent shape. It's got the hard center horizontal fold like that, but overall the note is pretty good. In order to get one of these S notes, like I said, you're going to pay a fortune online. Even in VG8, they go for $100. Starting bid on this one, $75, and if you want to buy it now, $96 and it's yours. $96 on the S note. Just to have one, it's a cool add to the collection. You usually want to have the R and the S. If you can only get one, obviously the S note is the special one. So that one is number 6 in this week's auction. The R and the S note from 1935A. Speaking of notes that were tests or specimens and stuff like that, number 7 this week is, I've got another 1929 specimen note. This is from the American Banknote Company. You can see right across there it says specimen note. $10 specimen series of 1929. This one has the green inking on the front. This one has the black inking on the back. This was their specimen note from the American Banknote Company to show what they could do and how accurate they could produce money. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing prints our money. The American Banknote Company used to do it, and they got new machines, and they wanted to strut their stuff, especially when you look at the time. See, like I said, 1929, you're talking about the time that we switched from the large size notes to the small size notes. Now, these specimen notes, when they're graded and in real good condition, and you can see the condition of this one is real nice. I also want to say, you can see this green smear here. It's got a black smear here. Those are roller marks from when the note was printed. The ink was still wet as it was going by, so the roller picked up that as it was moving it through the process. That's what those marks are on there. Now, when you can find these graded, they can easily be in the $150 to $300 range when they are graded. Grading one of these, it's $40. So, I mean, you can send it in with a group of notes and end up with a graded one. The specimen note, we're going to start this one off at $90. $1 increments on this, and if you want to buy it now, this one, number 7, we are talking $126 on the buy it now. So item number 7, the specimen, $90 bid, $1 increment, $126 for buy it now. That's number 7. Number 8. I decided I was going to grab an error note and put this one in. I featured this note in one of my videos. This is a 1935D $1 silver certificate, and overall it's okay. I mean, it has been circulated. The amazing part, though, is the butterfly fold. Yeah, this page is connected. This little section here, that's connected there. You can see the fold right there. So the paper got folded over before the note was cut, and if you were to fold that over, you'd see how it lines up just right. Front and back of this note here, it even does have a little bit of the print mark on the side there, something that you'd normally not see on a note. And of course, it does not say "In God We Trust." Very cool note, legit error. The number 8 in this week's auction. These go for about $150 in this condition. Starting bid on this, $90. And if we'll do $1 increments, if you want to buy it now, $126 and it's yours for the legitimate butterfly error on the 1935D. Once again, number 8, $90 starting bid, $1 increments, $126 on the buy it now. Number 9 this week. I recently did a video about this, and I got a lot of comments. I got a lot of people just fascinated by this note. I was able to score another one that was almost as good. Check it out. This is a Giori test note from the 1970s. The Giori family came up with a new type of printing press, and they were showing what they can do. Now, the thing is, when they were doing these test notes, You can see how familiar this looks. This is the back of a 5. There's a reason why it looks like that. They actually used parts of the actual plates to do that. The way 1 is written, the way the Federal Reserve Note section is, all of this is all based on actual plates from the BEP. So you've got some of the stuff from the 1, Washington, D.C., the back of the 5 there. All of this stuff, they used portions of real plates. And because they did that, technically, when you print with actual plates, you're counterfeiting. So these were illegal to own. So after they did these test notes, they were just put away in a drawer until, I want to say, the mid-90s, when it was finally allowed, when collectors were allowed to have these notes. Now, it is one-sided. There is nothing on the other side. There is this version, which is considered the back. There are 2 different versions of the fronts. Both versions have 3 presidents on them. One of them has Washington front and center. The other one has Jefferson front and center. This one is, as you can see, the grass green back is what it's called, because it has the green ink on it. There is also a black version and a brown version. Those are the 3 different colors. I've seen them all intertwined different ways, so some of them will even have serial numbers when you have the fronts, and not all of them had serial numbers. They were simply showing how you could do serial numbers. Anyway, this one is also graded 66 EPQ. So you have a test note, a graded test note, a highly graded test note, note that used to be illegal. These you're going to find at shows. I saw them at shows anywhere from $450 to $950. So yeah, these can get quite expensive. We're going to go on the Giori test note. This is number 9. We're going to start the bidding at $290. We're going to do $5 increments. And if you want to buy it outright, you can buy it outright for $326. So $290 on the bid, $5 increments, and $326 is the buy it now. That's number 9. Number 10. How much better can I get than that? Well, I have a $500 bill. I found this this note here. I was looking for some of these at the show. I've been to a couple shows, and all of these 500s. What am I talking about? First of all, this is the T64 $500 Confederate States of America note. Those signatures, those are real signatures on there. Those are hand-signed notes. You can see the numbers that are written, that are stamped here: 25995, 25995, February 17th, 1864. Take a quick peek at the back. The back gives you a good idea of the wear on the note. And I do want to point out that that corner has been ripped. Okay, so that's what I've got about the note. Now let's talk about the note itself. It's a $500 bill from the Civil War. That is cool. I've got one of these. Mine is graded 15, and I paid just under $500 for that note. You can't really find these notes for under $500. The book will tell you otherwise, but nobody is selling them for book price. These are just very, very hard to find in an affordable state. So number 10 this week, the T64. What am I going to sell this for? The starting bid on this is going to be $290. We're going to go $500 or $5 increments. So $290 on the starting bid, $5 increments. And if you want to buy it now, $351 is your buy it now price. That's almost $150 less than I paid for my graded 15 note. So yeah, I was able to get this one at a good price. I didn't want to replace mine because mine is graded, and I'd have to send this one out to be graded. And yeah, so I'm going to let you guys have this one because, well, let's face it, you guys deserve a break every once in a while too. So once again, T64, $500 Confederate States of America. Number 10 for the auction, $290 on the bid, $5 increments, and $351 on the buy it now. that is my Christmas in July auction. I hope you guys like the variety of stuff I put out there. A little bit of something for everybody. Have at it. Remember, if you bid and you get the buy, if you buy it now, I'm also going to include a $1 Where's George in there. That's why all the buy it nows end in either 1 or 6, because that helps cover that a little bit. All right, guys, have fun, enjoy. I'll be reading the comments. I don't answer comments unless it is for a sold item on this particular one. If you have questions, you can always send me an email at stupluback@msn.com. You guys know how to get a hold of me. Anyway, guys, good luck. Thanks for watching, and have at it. See you guys next week.